you had the chance to work with the late great Shane Warne during the 100, the King. We'd love to know, as two pretty rank leggies, we'd love to know sort of what the aura of the bloke was, and any of the sort of nuggets of wisdom that he passed on to you.
Yeah, I mean, look, like obviously, everyone. It's kind of like the most asked question I get now is, what was Warney like? Like, what was he? Was he a legend? How good? Like, he was awesome. Like he was he was sort of everything you could want him to be. He absolutely loved the game. He absolutely loved talking about the game. He loved being at the ground around the lads. He loved, talking about bowling to me. He'd come up to me every session. He'd do something, and like obviously, it's not lost on me how lucky I am to have had that experience, and how much, I guess, how much people would give to be able to have that experience I've had. And he was just like I said, so awesome. But he was so like, his I'm looking at it now, like I'm thinking like the way England are playing Test cricket, he'd have loved that. So like, is a positive and aggressive style. That's what he wanted. And there were a couple of games where he was obviously on the telly charging around the boundary to come and speak to me like mid spell, and it would always be about like trying to get a wicket or trying to bring more men in the ring, and trying to be more aggressive and stuff. And it's kind of so refreshing that he was so like into it, like he loved it that much. And I think those greats do, they have like a switch, and when they arrive at ground, they just switch it on, and they're just all in. They know everything that's going on. They're watching every field move, every detail. And he was brilliant to go with it. He was funny. He was, like I say, he's so generous with his time. Everyone does say that, and it is true. Like, so generous with his time. He'd never say no to someone. And it's just the most amazing sort of experience. And like I said, I really do realize how lucky I am to have had it.
I think, like, as like an Aussie, the biggest thing that we fell in love with Warney was his like aura at the crease and like his mentality going into bowling. Did he speak to you about that at all? Like how to act in between each ball, the words you say to the batter, and how to like control the crease?
He'd say, like, get out there, puff your chest out, and let them know you're there. And he's like, don't like sort of let them just bat. Let them know they're facing you. Like, he would say, puff your chest out, and you could obviously see it when he played. Like, it wasn't. Everyone always says, they weren't playing the ball. They're playing Shane Warne. And if you do that, you're going to lose, because it's unbelievable. But it was really funny. Like, he would say to me, "Oh, you got to set this field, bring all these fielders in, or bowl this," and they'll see what they do. And I'd say to him, like, for you, like, yeah, like, yeah, I get it. But for the rest of us, it's a bit different. And he'd sort of, he'd get it, but he'd say stuff like, "Oh, it's a pretty good wicket, so you're just going to have to really spin 1 mile like early on just to." And I'd be like, "Oh, right, yeah, okay." Try, mate. Like I said, I'm not you, but I can give it a go. And that's, I guess, what his mindset was. It was going to be aggressive, and I don't care if it's a good wicket or not. You're still going to have to face me. And he was just like, so all that sort of stuff, that the little stuff like the moving of the fielder, or the you saw him obviously, like, he'd just be in the batter's head, and he knew it. I guess he would have known when he was bowling. He'd have known he's going to get someone out, just because sort of the control he had over them.
Mind games. It was beautiful, that.